The English Premier League is renowned for its entertainment and goals. For supporters searching for goals and entertainment, the Premier League is the ideal choice. Additionally, stadium's electrifying ambience adds an additional level of excitement. On the other side, if a team is having a difficult day at work, similar situations can turn extremely antagonistic. The latest game between Manchester United and Liverpool serves as a good example of it. Even though United wasn't a horrible team, they lost at Anfield and gave up 7 goals to a Liverpool club that wasn't playing at its best. Liverpool's season has gotten off to a terrible start. Similarly, there have been many scintillating matches in the Premier League where we witnessed a barrage of goals by one team. Let's take a look at the top 11 heaviest defeats in Premier League history. Number 11. Liverpool 7, Manchester United 0. Liverpool came back after a shocking result in the Champions League against Real Madrid, where they lost a 2-goal lead and were defeated by 5 goals. However, they returned to Premier League and picked up a draw against Crystal Palace and a win against Wolves. Manchester looked very shaky, who were looking resilient before the game as they knocked out Barcelona in the Europa League playoff. Mohamed Salah scored a brace to become the all-time leading goalscorer for Liverpool, overtaking Robbie Fowler. In the game, Nunez, Gakpo and Salah scored a brace, while Roberto Firmino came off the bench to put the cherry on the cake. Number 10. Middlesbrough 8, Manchester City 1. Manchester City is one of the most ruthless teams in the world at the moment. When they are on song, they are never short of goals. However, 12 years ago, this was not the case. Unexpectedly, they have suffered one of the most humiliating defeats in Premier League history. During the 2007-08 season, Middlesbrough rattled the Citizens and scored 8 goals against them. Number 9. Chelsea 8, Wigan 0. The Chelsea team under Carlos Ancelotti in 2010 is arguably one of the most terrifying opposition any team has ever faced. That team was a goal-scoring machine. They scored 7 or more on 4 different occasions that season. They also touched the mammoth 103-point mark that season. One of the memorable moments of that season was against Wigan, where Drogba, Lampard and Ashley Cole produced a masterclass. Number 8 was in 2019. Manchester City 8, Watford 0. The history of Manchester City is filled with both good and bad times. They are one of the few clubs around the world to have conceded 8 goals and also scored 8. This time, however, their name is on the list for the right reasons. Manchester City activated beast mode against Watford on the 21st of September, something they regularly do under Pep Guardiola. The Citizens scored 8 goals against the Hornets, with some amazing goals from Riyad Mahrez, David Silva and Sergio Aguero. Number 7 was 11 years ago. Between Chelsea and Aston Villa. Chelsea has already appeared on this list, but they do it again for their heroics against Aston Villa in 2012. The Blues enjoyed a memorable evening at Stamford Bridge under Rafael Benitez on the 23rd of December 2012, dismantling Aston Villa by 8 goals. In that game, there were 7 different scorers, including Oscar, Eden Hazard, and David Luiz. Number 6. The game between Newcastle United and Sheffield Wednesday. The late 90s were the era of Alan Shearer at Newcastle United, when he dominated the Premier League with his goal-scoring boots. Newcastle was one of the strongest clubs back then, and the 1999-00 season was one of their most memorable. The Magpies scored 8 goals against Sheffield Wednesday, including 5 from Alan Shearer, to register their biggest victory in the Premier League on the 19th of September 1999. Number 5. The game between Tottenham Hotspur and Wigan in 2009. The 2009-10 Premier League was the start of Tottenham's return to Premier League's elite. They finished 4th that season and qualified for the Champions League after 1962. Tottenham Hotspur began it all with a win against Wigan, which marked a strong statement. They scored 9 goals against Wigan with help of Peter Crouch, Jermaine Defoe, Aaron Lennon, David Bentley and Nico Kranjčar. Number 4. The game between Southampton and Leicester City in 2019. The era of Leicester City under Vichai Srivadhana Prabhar's Thai group changed the fortunes of the club. The Foxes have reached higher heights and they have continuously showcased their brilliance despite losing key players to bigger clubs. One example of their brilliance came in the 2019-20 season when they won 9-0 against Southampton. The show was started by Ben Chilwell, but Jose Perez finished it with a hat-trick. Number 3. The game between Manchester United and Southampton in 2021. Manchester United come on this list yet again. This time, for their heroics in the 2020-21 season against Southampton in February. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's team scored 9 goals against Southampton on the 2nd of February 2021 to register his career's biggest victory. That game saw 8 different goalscorers, a record in the Premier League. There were also 2 red cards on Southampton's side in that game, which helped United's chances. Number 2. The game between Liverpool and Bournemouth in last year. Liverpool under Jurgen Klopp has been a global force. And their latest performance against Bournemouth is the perfect example of Liverpool's rejuvenated DNA under the German tactician. The Reds scored 9 goals despite having had their worst start to a Premier League season under Klopp. They completely blew away Bournemouth as the match witnessed 7 different scorers. Surprisingly, their star player Mo Salah was not one of them. Number 1. The game between Manchester United and Ipswich back in 1995. Manchester United is a club with a rich Premier League history. The club appears top on almost every Premier League record, and they're also the most featured on the list of heaviest defeats in Premier League. This time their name comes in for their brutal performance in the 1994-95 season against Ipswich Town. Roy Keane, Mark Hughes, Paul Ince and Andy Cole were the scorers for United to complete their onslaught. We surely want to see more entertaining match from the top football league in the world. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned and please subscribe our channel for more entertaining facts videos.